Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you, as always, for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Hey, we got some big Indiana Fever news. Big Indiana Fever news. This makes things very interesting going forward. Kristy Wallace has announced that she will not play during the 2025 season. She has elected to sit out the year. What does that mean? Great question. Let's talk about it. First of all, her salary no longer goes against the cap, so we freed up about $80,000. There are exceptions to where that doesn't happen, but from everything that I've researched and looked into, none of those apply to this situation. So she's not on the active roster. She's not getting paid. That frees up 80,000 and change for the Indiana Fever in terms of their salary cap. Obviously, it also gives them some flexibility in terms of what they can do with the roster. So if we take it out here, that is no explanation given. I don't know if she just thought about her situation, where she would be in terms of playing for the Fever. Would she be better off sitting a year, helping the team out, obviously, with the roster, because it didn't look like she was really going to ever see the court with this team that they have in place now. So she'd just be taking up a spot and getting paid, and that money would limit the Fever. So maybe she decided, hey, I'm going to take a year off. A lot of people are shocked, but this is not that rare with the WNBA compared to other leagues because, again, she decides to take a year off. They're not paying her. I don't know if there's a personal situation or she just thought this was going to be better for the future of her career because nothing has been given other than she said it's not been an easy decision, but one that I make knowing it is what is in my best interest at this time. I would like to thank the Fever organization for working with me throughout this process, giving me both time and consideration, and for their support of my decision. I look forward to cheering the team on from afar during the upcoming season. So that's it. That's all we have for that. In terms of Kristy Wallace, all I'll say is this, I have nothing at all against Kristy Wallace. I didn't even during the season. I was frustrated as can be that she was starting and getting the minutes she was getting. But you know what? That's not on her. That's on the coach. That was on Kristy's sides for doing that. That's not Kristy Wallace's fault. From everything I've seen of her, Kristy Wallace goes out and plays hard. And I'm seeing a lot of fans not being all that nice to Kristy Wallace, which I don't get. In fact, I saw one though that did remind me of one thing. She was really the only player I saw all season. And hit me in the comments below if you have other instances where she got between, and I think I believe it was the Chicago Sky, if I remember correctly, a game after the Kennedy Carter incident, where and it might have been DeShields. I'm going off memory. I'm not sure that it looked like there was going to be a problem, and Kristy Wallace was the one that stepped between them and Caitlin Clark and got in that player's face. So I do remember that, and it seems like a small thing, and in any other situation, it probably is. But with everything Caitlin Clark went through this year, it kind of stands out as a much bigger moment. So also shout out to Kristy for that. Now, what does that do for the Fever? Well, it clears a roster spot and a lot of money. So we still have, I think they're at 11 now, and they have that money. They talked about how they were, it was over the cap. You probably had someone like Jaylen Brown not going to make the team. Maybe Brianna Turner doesn't make the team, or although I think they got themselves in a situation where she's probably going to have to make the team. But now it gives Jaylen Brown more of an opportunity. And that could be good. She gets a chance to show what she can do, but it also frees up money for the draft pick. I don't have the exact numbers, but obviously a rookie, especially where the Fever pick at 19, they don't even have a first round pick. They're down towards the middle of the second round, 19 and 20. But now that is someone who, if they get a player that falls to them that maybe they were looking at that they thought might go late first round, higher second round, that they could help the team or could be someone that maybe isn't going to play a lot this season, but they think has a big upside and a bright future going forward. That may be somebody now who could make the team that, most likely was not going to make the team with Kristy Wallace there, although it could be someone that maybe they think would play ahead of Jalen Brown. I'm not sure. But as you can see, they have 19 and 20. Those are their first picks, right? They gave up number 8 in the first round, so they have 19 and 20. I talked about potentially in another video, Haley Van Lith. I did a video of that yesterday, is a possibility. Maybe that's someone they look at because right now, I mean, if she has a great tournament run, we'll see. But right now, it looks like Haley Van Lith is not really considered a first round pick. Lucy Olson is also another possibility. She's been, started out slow, but she's been playing really well for the for the Indiana Fever for Iowa. So that's another possibility. If they have an eye on someone like that for the 19 and or 20th pick, Kristy Wallace not being on the roster and freeing up that cash makes it a lot more likely that that is someone who could stick for the 2025 season. So we'll have to see how that looks. Like I said, it gives Jalen Brown also much more of an opportunity. That seemed to be the consensus that she, might probably wasn't going to make it through training camp with the contract that she had. Because again, everyone's like, well, we're stuck with Kristy Wallace because no one wants her for that contract. There's no way to get rid of her. Because ideally for the Fever, well, this is the most ideal, but ideally before this was you trading Kristy Wallace, for a future draft pick just in order to free up the roster spot and the money. They have now freed up the roster spot and the money without giving anything up. So now we're looking at a potential again draft pick. Jalen Brown more likely to make the team. So we'll see how that goes going forward. Maybe the Fever now are thinking, hey, we have a little more flexibility. Maybe there's also a possibility of a trade as well. If they want to still, if they're still looking to build and make the roster even better. But we'll see how that goes going forward, man. I am going to leave it there. Let me know. I know this is a big one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Kristy Wallace taking the season off? What do you think in terms of is this something do you think they should really make it about a draft pick? Should they look to sign someone else that might be out there? Maybe there's still a European player that is a possibility for them. Maybe now they make a trade that can bring somebody in. Um, but those are just some of the possibilities. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, appreciate you checking out the video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for future videos, and I will talk to you later.